Heavily armed soldiers, police, DSS and Civil Defense Corps take positions at the Kaduna State NLC Secretariat and other flashpoints in the state capital. A move to prevent the striking teachers from embarking on a road protest initiated by the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC.
Can we close some space? Their flags up, their placards up.
On the other hand, the workers obstinately converge for a showdown. All efforts by the security operatives to stop them is of no effect. With placards and solidarity songs, they vehemently troop onto the streets.
I will say so that in any reform there must be just transition. And I can see this banner here. What we are demanding for today is that Labour demands for a just transition in any reform. I think what normal employers should do, both private and public sector, is that you should retrain and retrain your workers. Yes. If, however, some of them are not trainable, then you find a way to properly replace them, relocate them to different places. I'm also in Nigeria now that we have a problem of unemployment.
The NLC president, Ayuba Waba, leads the march to the Kaduna State Government House, but they were prevented from gaining access.
There have been a lot of intimidation and threats to ensure that this protest does not hold. Instead of dissipating their energy, addressing the issue, they are dissipating their energy, wasting public resources to try to strengthen security agencies so that this protest does not hold. So it's a victory to all of us. It's a victory to Nigerian workers. It's a victory to Kaduna workers. And therefore, this is the starting point. Other states will follow. We will also take it to the seat of power in Abuja. So while we are seated here, we will expect a representative of the governor himself to come here and address to us. So please, I urge us to be quiet and to be also attentive. It is very, very symbolic. Whether he comes or not, whoever he sends, please let us listen.
Unfortunately, their leadership are adamant. They do not put into consideration the safety of their members, whom they claim they are protecting. Honestly speaking, the law has a way of taking its course. If they become very, very violent, honestly, I will be left with only one option: to use maximum force to send them away from the street.
A protest letter is later handed over to the representative of the governor.
I'm going to deliver this message that I receive you and that we shall do everything possible to settle this matter amicably. Government cannot function without workers, and workers cannot function without government. It is a vice versa arrangement. We cannot do without you people, and you people cannot do without us. We understand that, and we know what the Constitution says, and we'll try as much as possible to listen to you and also to find amicable settlement of this issue.
The face-off between Kaduna State government and labor unions has stirred up widespread opinions from people from all walks of life.
At the voice of the government, they will suspend that disengagement about the teachers. So they will sit down with the NUT, so that we, maybe if we sit down with them, they will make the thing easier.
The government should make efforts to verify those who are qualified and competent to teach. Those who are not competent to teach should be done away with. Competent teachers, qualified teachers should be engaged to take care of our future. If you allow this to continue, by implication, we are not making any efforts towards progress in the state.
The two parties, I would say the two parties have a point. They are both making a point. I believe the government, from her wisdom, is trying to reform the education sectors. You know, taking out those who are not qualified, and at the same time, the NUT is also trying to protect its members, especially those who might be, who has been affected by DICS, and virtually maybe they are qualified. So they both have a point they're making, and I think the way out is dialogue. Dialogue has been the only way forward.
States in northern Nigeria for many years have lagged behind in education among the 36 states of the Federation, but not for lack of funding. The data on Literacy Index recently published by the National Bureau of Statistics reveals that the huge gap in the educational development between the southern and the northern Nigeria is yet to close up nearly 60 years after independence. According to the data, the states where majority of people can neither read nor write are those in the northeast, northwest, and north central. But while the education profile of the northern regions is low compared to other regions in the south, the states are not disadvantaged in terms of the monthly federal government statutory allocation. In the last 10 years, successive northern governors have received over 12 trillion naira in federal allocation on behalf of the 19 states and its 413 local government areas, excluding FCT. That's according to the data sourced from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. A recent UNESCO report shows that many schools in the north lack adequate classroom space, furniture, and equipment, and are often too remotely located. Water, health, and sanitation facilities are usually inadequate, while pupil-teacher ratios remain low. The international organization has also linked early marriage to low levels of education, high levels of violence and abuse, social isolation, and severe health risks.